Hello everyone, I'm Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. So, financial literacy for kids is a buzzword all across the internet. And we as parents have our own very much simple understanding of financial literacy, what we do in our homeschool for our kids. And I just wanted to share that with you just to give you ideas, inspire you, and just share the thoughts across parents. That's the plan of this video. So, let's start with the basics. What do I understand of financial literacy as an adult? So, for me, there are four pillars of it: earn, spend, save, and grow. How do we earn? Why do we earn? How we spend, how we make the spending decisions, and why do we make those spending decisions? How do we save, and why do we need to save? And how we grow the money, but why do we need to grow the money? So these are the four main sections, and which I think our kids need to know before they go to that independent world. So for us, it started with the spending part mainly in 2018, when my kids were like 5 6 year old, because I think that was the age when they were confident having conversations with me, like properly talking everything. They were observing the peers, so the questions were much more like clear, like in more of peer pressure. Why can't I have this? Why do they have this? Why this thing? Why that thing? And also I felt they were like, at least I could converse with them. When I explained to them, it was like they could understand. They had the patience to listen to me. So that was the age when it started with my kids, when they started observing and asking about, my this friend has this doll, why don't we buy it? Or why they have a bigger house, why have this kind of house, why do we live here, why we don't live there, all those kind of discussions. But basically did not start with very intelligent conversation. It was basically going to a grocery store and looking at a doll and asking, oh, my friend had this doll, can I have it? And I will intentionally ask the question, is it a need or is it a want? And this is a question where we started talking about what are the needs and what are the wants, because mama prioritizes spending money on your needs as compared to your wants. So these discussions do not happen in one day or 1 month, okay? We have been talking just like that by walking in this, there are needs and wants in our life. How much money we earn, we choose to spend on this and that. So when she will ask me for something, and then she has to convince me that, mama, it's my want. So I'll reply like, okay, it's your want, I noted it, or maybe I'll buy you later, I'll look into my budget. We'll talk about budget also, but I'll look into it. I do not commit to you, or I do not promise you that I'm going to buy you this because it's your want. But if she tells me, mama, I need it, then okay, mama, okay, convince me it's your need, and probably I'll go and buy it for you. I assure you, I'll buy you today or tomorrow this thing because I realize it's your need. Example, doll, I told you, it's a want. But like my style is, I have only one sport shoes and one party or Indian kind of shoes in my shoe rack, and I wanted the same thing for my kids too. But my elder one told me that she needs two pair of sport shoes, because one for cycling and beaches and one for park because it gets sandy or something like that. She had a logic behind it, and she proved that her need is of two shoes, which is very different from me. So my kids have two pair of sports shoes and one party shoes, or like other kind of shoes. So being intentional about making choices or spending is what is a thought process they should have. It's not easy, doesn't come easy, and it's not very pleasant conversations all the time. But it started from that basic. Do you need one pair of shoes or two pair of shoes? Do you want the doll or do you need the doll? So that was one thing. And then again, it automatically led to the budgeting part, that how much money do I have for needs of each one needs. I needs, my husband needs, kids needs. So then it came to spending chart. We have, like, it's a simple box you make in on a whiteboard and show that we don't tell about saving or income part. We just said, this is the total money we have here with us to spend. This much money we want to spend on our needs, this much money we want to spend on our wants. And our means, as a family, as individuals, we all have, like, dad wants a phone, or I just want a piece, but my kids want something. So talking about the needs, like we have a need of a house, we have main need of a groceries, the main things in our budget. So again, when we are changing the house, or the choices we have made in our routine life as an adult, we explain to our kids, do you need a 3 bedroom house which is far from MRT, or do you need a 2 bedroom house which is near to MRT, because this is the budget I have set up for our rent. I do not have more than this money. So what is your need? Or if we have already made a choice as an adult, so this is our need, that's why we chose this house. We cannot have big house like them, or whatever, whatever questions we have, or we cannot, live next to their best friend's house because it doesn't fit our budget. It just doesn't fit our need. Same thing goes for groceries. This is the budget I have set up for our groceries. So when we go to grocery store, you can have a kiwi box which is $20. You can have kiwi box which is like $6. Again, Singapore has 100 of brands of food, right? So when I tell them, okay, pick up a box of kiwi for us, so it'll be all arranged in one row only, right? So I'll tell her, no, you bought a $20 kiwi. I want the box whose price is $6. Why? Because this does not fit our budget. I have made a groceries list, but this does not fit our budget. And very sweetly, I remember my younger one told me, in value store, you get the biscuit packet of $1.50. Why do you spend on these blueberries and strawberries box, which are so expensive? We can fill our tummy with biscuits also. We like it. We like to eat it. Why don't you give it to us? It's so cheap. And then I had to explain that we need to spend on healthy food so that we don't need to spend on our health bills later. So, they're routine discussions, but this all are building the dots in their brain that how do we make the spending decisions on basic of groceries or housing or anything, right? Or even for books. Why before COVID, I used to buy most of the stuff, educational stuff, only from India. It's much cheaper. In COVID, we started buying from Singapore too. But when my girl would ask for a book, and I'm like, you have to wait for my India trip. When I go there, I'll get it for you. Why do you buy from there? How do we make our spending decisions? That's a basic thing we talked about. And in and out in 2-3 years, till they get this point that, if we spend more on our needs, more on a budget of needs, we need to reduce our budget for wants also. Like one girls want to go to a cruise for a holiday. One is okay with a staycation because the budget is different. If you want a bigger house, that's you think justified. Bigger house is a want still, right? We're not about needs. But then we have to reduce our budget from our holiday part. So I'm just giving examples. All of us run a household. All of us have finances to manage. Just take it to a children level and talk to them about the basic decisions you are making in routine life. And that's what is the first pillar for us in financial learning, because it's in my personal experience, how much you earn, if you don't know how to spend intentionally, cautiously, it'll hit you in a long term. So earning will also come, saving and growing will also come, but first thing you have to learn how to intentionally and spend thinking about it, pausing before everything you buy. Think about why, how, and everything, and that will make a life much smoother for you. So that is the first lesson, first topic we discussed with our kids for like 2 to 3 years before we moved to the earning part, because that happened near about 2021 when my kids asked like, we want to earn money. So I'll talk about it in the next video because it's already pretty long. But thank you for watching and let me know if you like it.